هو نيمار مش يضرب نيمار يوزع نيمار وجول جول 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 مش ممكن مش ممكن مش ممكن
Still alive here. Balotelli, Aguero! League football. Unbelievable. City, the top club in the country.
Soccer is a sport that is seen and played by countries all over the world. It consists of 2 teams, both with 11 players, 10 on the field and a goalie in the goal. It has the largest audience out of any sport globally when it comes to events such as the World Cup and the Champions League final. That being said, why is soccer the least important sport here in the US? I'm going to be focusing more on the major sports here in the US, which are baseball, basketball, American football, and soccer. Out of those 4 major sports, soccer is listed as the lowest attended and viewed sport. According to an article on thesportster.com, there are top 15 reasons why soccer is not a major sport in the US, and I'll be talking about a few reasons that stood out to me. Let's start with the basics. Some Americans find it hard understanding the rules of soccer. They get confused about what the offside rule is or why the game doesn't end when the time hits exactly 45 minutes or 90 minutes, as well as why there are only a certain amount of substitutions in a game, which is 3. Next reason is a lack of offense that goes on during the game. Football and basketball will always have offense back and forth, usually having high scoring games, which Americans are used to at this point. Baseball is an exception because of the sport going by turns. Soccer, on the other hand, is a sport that you don't see much offense. It is a sport that requires patience to be able to get in a good attack. Some games can be scoreless and both teams defend pretty well. Another reason is that some soccer games can end in ties. When it comes to sports, everyone expects a winner, but in soccer, a tie can happen, and depending if it's a league game or not, if a tie happens, both teams earn a point on the table. The point system works as follows. A win is 3 points to the winner, a tie is 1 point to both teams, and a loss is of course 0 points. Game time is also a factor. A soccer game doesn't always end exactly when the clock hits 45 or 90 minutes. During the game, whenever there's a major waste in time due to an injury, fight, or argument, the referee stops the time and the time wasted will be added towards the end of the game or half. That term is known as stoppage time. Let's be real, another reason why it's not a major sport is because the US isn't really the best at soccer. The US enjoys showing their dominance, and when the US national teams gets dominated by other countries, it's not a good look for the US, therefore making it less intriguing for people to watch. Soccer is also seen as a slow sport to Americans. Some may even compare soccer to watching grass grow. As the US try to make soccer grow, they do the same thing as for baseball games, and they will offer promotional items during the game to get people to show up. They will give out free t-shirts or scarves depending on the night. Soccer games in places such as Mexico or the UK do not do that. The fans are there to support their team, not receive the free goodies they were offered. If they know that it's going to be a bad game or a game that's not really important, some people just won't go and stadiums won't be as packed. Because of soccer not being so major here in the US, it makes it hard for people to go to a park and play soccer with actual goals. Most goals at parks are usually chained up or are a low quality goal, which is just metal welded together to look like a goal. Because of this, it made it easy for people to make money off the sport. Soccer facilities have been opened up for the public, such as Gold Soccer Center and Urban Soccer 5, or US5 for short, just to name a couple. The problem with these places is that they charge to go in, and it ranges between $5 to $10 to enter and over $100 to rent a field for an hour. This doesn't stop people from finding ways to play soccer for free. Some people will use their own bags to make goals and adjust the rules to make the goals work. Some people even go as far as using rocks or the parked cars to help determine the goals when they decide to play on the street. Soccer is a sport that has a lot of passionate fans all over the world, and even though the US are beginning to make an effort to show that there's still a long way to go to understand the passion behind soccer. It's not a fast game, it is not a high scoring game, but just like any sport, it brings high passion and emotion to the fans.